get shit done and get out. And
it's like, nah, we can just fucking do this shit.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Oh shit. Hold on now.
Yeah, I mean,
right,
it was going to be difficult.
What?
If the AC was a problem. This weather right now is fucking.
It's really horrible.
I knew it was going to happen though. With all this rain, it's the same shit that happened last year. I'm starting to figure out the Mid-South pattern.
Yeah,
we're getting these wet ass springs, bro, and then we'll be in a fucking drought by early August.
Oh yeah.
Be a burn ban, can't burn shit in my yard.
I think we're above average as far as fucking rainfall goes.
Yeah, record setting.
Bro.
Everywhere is though. This rain is a fucking problem.
Bro, I'm so tired of getting fucking rained on.
I bet you are.
I am. Starting to hurt my feelings.
Yeah. I mean, that driving shit though.
John Barenthal will return as the Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Fuck yes.
All right.
I watched The Accountant and The Accountant 2.
Who's going to be Spider-Man though?
I think Tom Holland. Okay, well, I lost it, so I don't know.
That better happen.
Yeah, pretty sure it's going to be Tom Holland or whoever the main dude is.
Bro, they just need to go ahead, stop fucking around, make that McFarlane Spider-Man. Dark. I'm talking Venom.
A dark Spider-Man.
I'm talking nice. Carnage. I'm talking Hobgoblin. I'm talking the hitters, dude.
It would be nice.
That shit right there on the shelf, the real fucking symbiote Spider-Man McFarlane. That.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we get that? It's also weird that Sam Raimi directed those first two, and people that aren't familiar with Evil Dead, that's one of the fucking. I mean, that set the tone for modern horror. He makes some crazy movies, and then he made like the most comic book, cartoony, cheesy ass Marvel shit ever.
That Spider-Man, was it No Way Home or whatever, with Toby and all them different ones in it. I actually really fucking enjoyed it.
It's not bad. But still, nice. Yeah. I mean,
Toby will always be my Spider-Man, and that sounds fucking wild to anybody who grew up with Tom Holland,
especially coming from a diehard Batman fan, where it's like, can we get this right?
I know, but like that was like
who's your favorite Batman though? Be honest. Your heart of hearts.
It's just different.
Who is?
It's different because they're different for different reasons. But I mean, obviously, like the trilogy with Christian Bale is the one. Like that is peak Batman. Now, comic book accurate, badass would be Affleck.
Okay.
Because of how he fucking cleaned house on Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. And then I like the dark aspect of the Batman with Pattinson. I enjoy them all. It's because I'm a
Michael
fucking
Keaton in here at all?
Huh?
You're not putting Michael Keaton in at all?
But Keaton's fucking Keaton, bro. Keaton's Keaton.
Okay, I'm just establishing.
Nah, I was about to just go through the whole, because they all have a certain place. Keaton's 90s was great because it had a dark element to it, especially fucking Batman Returns. Danny DeVito should have won a Lifetime Achievement Award for that shit.
Think about
I'm not gonna lie.
Think about that cast. First of all, Tim Burton movie. Second of all, Christopher Walken, DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Bro,
right
Michelle
there.
Pfeiffer you seen the video of her doing her own like whip stunts or whatever? She did her own whip stunts and literally first take. Do you know the scene where she did the whip thing and she whipped the heads off the mannequins?
Yeah.
That was the first take. And she did that herself, bro.
Michelle Pfeiffer and her peak, dude, is a problem.
Yeah, bro. She was really fucking.
She was
really fucking good, bro. It's crazy that she didn't actually, as she got older, she started like. It's weird she didn't continue to kind of do more movies.
What's she been doing?
I don't fucking know. Pfeiffering around, I guess. I don't fucking know what she's been doing. Doing what fucking Michelle Pfeiffer does.
Five dog shit, dude.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. It's crazy though.
Yeah, I mean the Batman stuff.
You know how I'm about Batman.
I know.
Bro. Honestly, I'm appreciative of any iteration of Batman. Now, if it's trash, I'll say it's trash.
Well, it's gonna be hard for me because it's like, who is gonna be Wolverine for real?
Bro, the only one that can be Hugh. Bro, Hugh's the only one that can be fucking.
The only one I saw that was convincing is Clint Eastwood's son.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah, that
He'd be good, but you know damn well he ain't as fucking intense as Hugh is, bro.
This is what I'm saying. It's gonna be an issue.
It's always gonna be an issue. Think about it. It's always gonna be an issue because something is always gonna happen with like a contract situation or whatever. Marvel hit the absolute fucking jackpot when they were able to have the same actors for 15 plus years.
How many DC characters is Momoa gonna play, bro? All of them?
As many as he wants. It's Momoa.
Nah.
Let him do it.
You can't be Aquaman and Lobo, bro.
Well, let him at least be Lobo. I mean, bro, if
he was born to be Lobo.
Absolutely. But if Robert Downey Jr. can be fucking Dr. Doom and Iron Man, let Momoa play fucking Lobo. True. It'd be all right. I mean,
Homeboy can be Captain America and Human Torch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I am excited about that Fantastic Four. I think it's going to be good.
I'll never be excited about anything the Fantastic Four ever does, except when they get lit on fire and burned to death.
Jesus Christ. I don't like Pedro as Mr. Fantastic. I will say that. I'm not really a fan of that.
I just never liked the comment. Every time something came across,
I was a Fantastic Four fan.
Not at all.
I love fucking Silver Surfer.
Just if you could just keep Thing and throw the rest of them away, I'm cool.
Keep
Thing, dude.
I just want flame on. That's all I want. I don't give a fuck about nothing else.
Listen to what you just said.
Yeah, but bro,
that's nothing cool.
He's
about
a fucking bro. He got the heat of a star, bro.
Okay,
it's amazing.
Some say it's fantastic.
It's just well. Maybe they do,
still
bro.
Sucks. No,
nah, bro.
I'm very
it's fucking Johnny Storm, bro. You ain't just fucking with Johnny like it.
Nah, dude. What do you mean,
bro? Listen,
Wolverine's cutting them all to pieces.
Honestly, bro, Johnny is the one gem that came out of Fantastic Four. You can honestly do away with the rest of them.
I was in a store.
Okay, you have Thing. What else? You have Hulk. What else? You have Juggernaut. Like that. You don't. The Thing is replaceable, easy.
I don't know.
Now, fucking Johnny Storm.
He's a lovable character.
I'm not saying he's not lovable, but Human Torch, there ain't shit like Human Torch in a way. You can save, what's my dude? Pyro. You can save Firestorm.
I don't know. Phoenix.
Well, yes, but Phoenix had other fucking powers besides fire. Hell, that wasn't the only thing. She's one of the strongest characters of all time.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck the Human Torch, dude.
I mean, but fuck anything if it comes to the Phoenix because she's gonna cook basically whatever. I mean, there are levels, but like with Johnny Storm, he has a personality. He has like a cool ass power where it's like, oh no, he turns all the way into flames, and it's like he has
it's nostalgic bias, dude.
He's like he's the temperature of the sun. He flies.
He's all right.
It's a man. All right. Well, anyway, just say you're not a Fantastic Four fan. Fucking just.
I saw Hawkeye playing today in a store I was in, and I was like, man.
I'm a Green Arrow fan. I don't like Hawkeye. Not that I don't like him.
I don't like either of them. I'm saying, like,
I like Green
Arrow. What are we doing? Are we really going to get to the point where DC's actually going to make a movie that's consistently better? Like, their product's going to be better than Marvel's?
I don't know. It depends on how many contracts run out before then. But you know what?
It's getting weird with Marvel right now.
DC, yes, it is. But I feel like Marvel's oversaturating. But DC is that they're jumping directors too much. And so they'll never be able to have a consistent thing. They're literally just relying on the fans of OG DC to continue to show up, either to theaters or streaming services or whatever. And me, as a fucking Batman fan, and pretty much as a DC fan most of the time, I'm going to probably show up every time.
Yeah, well, it's not a matter of that. It's just like, I think we're at that point with these movies where they need to, like, let's get into the darker side. Bro, watch Daredevil and be like, that right there,
Daredevil,
that tone.
Yep.
When Logan came out, that tone of movie.
That's the DC thing that they need to tap into.
Yeah, where you're like, oh, this is hyper realistic, but also true to the darker era of comics, the early 90s shit. It's like, dude, we shouldn't have been reading that shit as kids.
No. Daredevil was the first Netflix original show that I ever watched, like ever. And I was so fucking impressed. I was like, oh,
I rewatched
this is where they're coming from?
When the new season came out, I went and watched all the seasons.
The first episode, bro.
And
the hallway scene, the one-shot hallway scene.
I watched Jessica Jones, the whole series again, too.
Did you? My daddy kept on telling me about Jessica Jones. I'm like, man, honestly,
I love
I'm
it.
not really excited.
Kristen Ritter, she was great in that.
I thought
it was great, man.
With it.
But that kind of shit. But like, bro, I remember buying the 93 Spider-Man, McFarlane, Hobgoblin. I think it's...
You're talking about comic books, correct?
Yep, I think it's number 6 or 7. And I remember reading that and being like, it fucking terrified me. Hobgoblin's in it. Hobgoblin's out snatching kids, bro. Like, for real.
That's the shit that's the type of villain. Because that's going to set you up for hating him so bad that you are rooting for. That's all wrestling logic. We won't get into it, but
it was so fucking dark.
Yep.
And the artwork was so crazy.
You get a bad guy that you hate bad enough that it elevates the hero in your story.
And then Ghost Rider has to show up to help out, and you're like, is this getting better or worse? I don't know. Ghost Rider,
bro, my dude.
And so
look, back to Nicolas Cage, baby.
Actually, I meant to tell you this. I walked into another store, and they were having a debate about the greatest Nicolas Cage movies. And
Face Off.
I was like standing in the corner and I'm listening, and I had to get involved because one dude literally said Ghost Rider, and I was like, I've had enough of this.
Hi, bro. It's time to get up. What store are you at?
It was in Green Hills.
Let me tell you something. Well, he can.
He was younger.
Bro, listen. First of all, you being younger don't mean shit. Second thing is, Ghost Rider came out like fucking 2004. So
it's a bad. They make 2 of them.
I've only seen that first one maybe like once, maybe twice. I mean, it's fine. It's not fucking, bro. Watch Face Off. And watch Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay, right there. I'm okay with those 2.
And then even my 2 Raising Arizona.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, Con Air.
Okay, I'll take it back.
And the other one,
Face Off and Con Air.
Another sleeper that people don't think about is Leaving Las Vegas, dude.
Never seen that. And I've also never seen Snake Eyes neither.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Cheesy, but great.
Yeah,
also, dude, watch Leaving. It's so dark. Like, and you're gonna. I think Elizabeth Shue is in it.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was another late 90s movie. But dude, he's fucking awesome. And Mandy, I'm gonna put this on 2018. Mandy. It was like the resurgence of Nick Cage when the joke was going around that there's like Nick Cage just doesn't turn down a script.
Fucking
that Pastos Cosmatos, that director remember when I sent you all the Guillermo del Toro shit when he did that like Cabinet of Curiosities thing?
Yep.
He did that. He did Over the Black Rainbow, and he did Mandy. He directed it. And dude, he is a fucking awesome director. And
there's one movie
Nick
that came
Cage
out.
Crushed that shit, dude.
Nicolas Cage came out with something, I want to say within a year, 2 years ago, and it's called Butcher's Crossing.
Haven't seen it.
And it is a kind of like a Western, but more like on the Great Plains, winter time.
Okay.
Maybe a little drama, psycho thriller type of thing. Anyway, but it's like made like back like Western times, basically. And it's called Butcher's Crossing. And I think it's on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. But I've been wanting to watch it because they said it's really, really fucking good. So I've been wanting to do that. I have zero problems with Nicolas Cage. Does he go wild sometimes? Sure, but I don't give a fuck.
Is he gonna crush the Madden movie? Yes, he is, dude.
Let me tell you something.
He is.
I ain't doing it. Only time will tell.
Since we put that out into the ether, bro. Yeah. Do you realize how many messages I've got from people?
Bro, people need to relax, okay? People act like that I hate fucking Nicolas Cage.
No, it's not that. They're on board. I'm going to end up taking 40 fucking people this movie on my dime. That's what this is turning into.
Man, let me tell you. You tell them to pay their own way and they can pay for their own disappointment.
No, because everybody is on your side saying...
Everybody's on my side?
Well, they're on your side with the fact of if the movie is bad, I have to sit there and fucking eat it.
Yes.
In front of all my people.
Yes.
After I pounded the table. Now,
you fucking championed it. I mean, it'd be what you deserve.
Here's where the
And in a crowded room, I'm just
here's
gonna
where
look
the
at
conspiracy theorist in me starts to get riled up.
you.
I have a feeling that with this movie coming out and the way that the world is, we got Pete Carroll, shit's turning around. It's like, I don't want to say it, but it's like, are the fucking Raiders actually going to be like real good to go along with this narrative with all this shit to catch lightning in a bottle? And
I see what you mean.
It starts to scare me, because if that does happen, it's gonna fucking turn me off. And as we said in the last pod, I fucking love my team. But it would be
Raiders
that time.
Go mainstream, just let it happen, bro.
I don't know if I can live with that.
This is what you've been waiting for. Do you want to continue to have fucking disappointing seasons?
No, I just want them to win, and I want to be alone in my fucking living room.
Just be alone then. I mean, just don't watch the movie.
I don't want everybody to start loving them again, dude.
I'm not going to love. Look, I've told you my hidden love for them. It's not very hidden because I've let everybody know about it.
But you see where my mind's going.
Yes,
all these little pieces of the puzzle are adding up.
You don't want Raiders to get Nickelbacked. I get it.
Or is it deeper than that? Is there something to this agenda of teams? I can't honestly say that because there's no reason your team would have won if there really is like a fucking agenda.
Nobody fucking likes us.
That's what I mean.
And we don't care.
There's no reason the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
No.
If that's the case. But my brain starts getting into this dark place. Like, all right, we got this big movie. Nicolas Cage, Christian Bale's in it. Madden died not too long ago. The Raiders got a fucking real head coach. Tom Brady's involved. Shit's starting to get a little bit. It's starting to scare me. I'm legit getting scared.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, look, if I was you, I'd ride the fucking lightning.
Yeah.
But you've waited long enough, bro. Just whatever happens, if it's part of the quote unquote fucking script, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's NFL, or if it's all the same thing, just ride it, bro.
I have no choice.
Because you deserve it.
I have no choice.
To be honest, you deserve it, and every fucking hardcore Raiders fan deserves it. Y'all have went through some hellacious, treacherous fucking seasons.
Oh my
God, it's been awful. Please,
it's
bro.
It's been so bad, dude.
Y'all came so far from what's my dude's name? That threw
Rich Gannon?
No, that threw 90 yards. Jamarcus Russell. Y'all came so far from Jamarcus Russell.
We don't mention his name.
Exactly.
We don't do that.
Hey, bro, ride this season out.
That's the biggest bust in NFL history.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, dude. Who tops that?
Shit, I don't know. I can't go through all the ones, but all I know is
I think
ride it out, bro. You'll be all right.
I know, but I start getting worried.
Don't get worried. At least none of your players are on the fucking Madden cover. You don't have to worry about that.
It's gonna be a rough year for Saquon, dude.
I think he'll be all right.
You're not drafting him in fantasy, are you?
Oh, you fucking
not early.
Do we have the same fucking offensive line basically that we had last year? Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Look, go ahead and load the box if you want to. And guess what? We still have fucking AJ and Devontae.
Yeah.
The greatest college wide receiver and top 3, and he's not 2 or 3 best fucking receiver in the league. So
they're scary, dude.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, we said we weren't going to do this, and I led us into this.
We're not going to do this.
But I'm saying I'm worried that all the stars are starting to align, and my team's going to, fucking be real popular, dude. Listen. I like being the underdog. I don't want all this crazy shit.
Just don't let it get to you, bro.
Right. I just got fucking 2002 was a rough time for the boy. You know how much shit I talk going in those 2 weeks of the Super Bowl?
That's why I'm trying to tell you this year, like, don't talk
that's why I don't like really look, I'll talk shit.
You have started already.
Yeah, week 15, it's a regular season game. I'm talking, I was standing on desks at school going, the Raiders are gonna fuck the Buccaneers up so bad.
How's a rough year for you?
And then Super Bowl parties at my mom's bar. I'm obviously the only.
Did you have to cook?
No, I was off. But I'm draped in gear. I'm the only Raider fan. The bar is packed. And by halftime, I just snuck out the back door and just went, sat in my room and looked at the floor.
I bet you fucking did. I would have too. Ooh, that's awful.
I had to fucking go to school the next day, and everybody was like, "Oh, brother, you doing okay?"
Waited till the next week. That's fuck.
It was one of the worst beatdowns ever, dude. On paper,
what was the final score?
51-22, something like that.
God, well, the fact y'all scored on that defense was
it was worse It was way worse than what it was on paper. It's just like how you guys won last year. I mean,
I was about to say, at least
in 10 years, when you look at that score, you're going to be like, I mean, it wasn't as bad as you guys say. Yes, it was. That was domination.
That score was no reflection of how bad we fucking beat them at all.
I mean, that was that game against the Bucks.
It was beautiful.
We got our shit destroyed. Rich Gannon didn't know what the fuck was. He threw like 4 or 5 picks, dude.
Yeah, bro.
He'd never done that.
And you had a damn Barber out there. You had Simeon. You had Warren Sapp. You had Derek Brooks.
Yeah.
You had Derek Thomas. Derek Brooks.
Derek Brooks.
You had Derek Brooks out there. John Lynch. You had killers over there.
Everywhere.
Bro.
Warren Sapp, killer.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody. The whole defensive line was a problem.
Yeah, y'all didn't have no damn.
48-21. That's what it was.
48-21. That's rough. All right, I'm gonna get you off this because I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm getting you relive sad. But all
right, check this out. All right, cool. I was sitting there thinking about the other day again. Like I'm always thinking about something the other day or the same day, whatever.
Never stops.
No, absolutely not. So if you were resurrected as an animal, what animal would you be? I got 2 off top. Not for you, for me. And I'm hoping if I just put them out in the universe that it'll happen. Or I don't have to be resurrected and I can just like chill. I'm good with that too.
Man, that's tough because it's like, what kind of life am I trying to have as an animal?
Yep.
Like, do I just want to be a fucking savage? You know what I mean? Or do I want my dog work? Or do I want my dog's life who has fucking, dude?
Being a savage is a lot of fucking work.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. You know what I'd probably be?
What?
Probably be like a hippo. I feel like hippos have tight lives because really, when you think about it, pound for pound,
they don't have any predators for one thing.
They fuck up everything. And they're pretty chill for the most part until some gets near them, and then you don't even know they're there. You're underwater. You can swim forever. You can get on land, fuck around. You're playing in the mud. Nobody's fucking with you, dude.
No.
Hippos are kind of nice.
I
feel like nice. Being like a shark or something is kind of fucking solitary. That might be weird. We probably see some dope ass shit that you obviously don't care about or can process as a fucking animal, but you're swimming in the depths of the ocean, dude. You might be swimming past Atlantis and you're like, it's around this corner. You don't even care.
Oh yeah,
that'd be kind of tight.
Ocean's kind of a sketchy place.
I mean, I'd love to be.
You definitely want to be a fucking shark, if anything.
I wouldn't want to be
a shark or an orca.
Or a big ass blue whale, but that's a solitary ass life.
Probably an orca is probably what you want to be more than anything.
Yeah.
You kind of got your people around.
Yep.
You don't really have any natural predators besides humans.
Yeah. Nobody's fucking with you because they'll catch the business quick.
Nah, bro. Real fucking.
Plus the way they communicate is pretty wild.
They
know shit. For sure.
So I'd either be, all right, my first pick is a panda.
Okay.
They eat bamboo. They chill.
But don't they all have fucking syphilis or herpes or something?
Fuck, bro. What does it matter if I'm a panda?
That's
bro?
True. That's a good point.
Let it be. What am I worried about?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, well, I scratch. I probably fucking scratch anyway. Who cares? Eat fucking bamboo.
Chilling.
Falling
out of trees. You kind of are like a panda. Naturally.
I'm
just getting sleepy, no reason.
Fall out of a fucking
30 feet out of a tree and be like, oh, fucking, that was wild. And you're 100% fine. Yeah, you are a fucking panda.
That I think I'm all right. That adds 98% panda.
What else?
And otter.
Otters have good lives, dude.
Bro. They fucking float on their backs and they break clams open. They hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift apart. That's nice.
Yeah.
And they're fucking cool as hell.
They do get fucked up, though.
Obviously, they do have their predators and this and that, but I mean, shit.
Otters are not. Yeah, you put some thought into it. See, you put me on the spot.
I think about it all the time. As sick as I am, I put actual thought in because I'm like, all right, what kind of life are we having? Panda, no natural predators besides humans again.
We know you're not going to be a snake for sure.
Man, let me tell you something. I'd freak myself out and probably kill myself if I was a snake. I'd eat my own tail and try to
just
fucking
Ouroboros your way to non-existence.
I'm done. I'm out of here. No, bro.
It'd be sick to be a fucking full-grown anaconda, though. Just everything dies.
I creep
dude.
myself out like slithering around.
Just,
obviously, you probably wouldn't think about it. You probably think you were beautiful if you were an anaconda.
You're just thinking about death all the time.
Either
like,
that or you thinking about fucking life all
what
the time.
What am I squeezing the life out of shortly? That's all you're thinking.
Bro. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really trying.
I do like the hippo pick. I think hippos have a fucking tough, tight time. Like rhinos have a tough time for sure. It'd be tight to be around them, but they're getting fucked up by humans.
Gorillas will be all right too. I'm trying to think of something that like doesn't have to hunt. Now,
yeah, but gorillas, you're fighting all the time. You got the hierarchy. You're always
true.
You're always being challenged.
Let me tell you what ain't fighting all the time. Fucking pandas.
Nah,
they're fucking chilling, bro.
Nah.
Even in the wild, they're fucking chilling. Just, I'm gonna sit up in this tree. I'm gonna peel this damn stick back. I'm gonna chew on it a little bit, and then I'm gonna take a nap. And when I wake up, I might fall over some shit. I might just be clumsy for the evening just because I feel like it.
Manatee would be tight, but they get hit by boats.
Oh, fucking, you get motorboated and not in the good way.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Fucking man. Is a manatee a sea cow and
yeah.
That the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really?
I mean, I think it's just a nickname for him, but yeah.
Manatee, sea cow, and I feel like there's another one. Not walrus. Walruses are their own thing.
Walrus are pretty fucking cool too, though.
Walruses are cool.
They do.
They sharks.
They get flipped by orcas, though, bro. Dude.
I would say penguins. Penguins will get fucked up.
Oh, there's nothing.
And then you're like in cold and sitting on the egg videos. For 6 fucking months.
Watch penguins get
fucking. I remember watching that.
Like
what
toys.
is that? What is that penguin movie called? What was it called? Something of the Penguins or. What the fuck?
Came out like 10 years ago?
No, it came out longer than that. It was like a movie
big
about
deal, right?
actual penguins, like not like Happy Feet. No, it was
it was a big deal when it came out.
Yes.
Did Attenborough fucking narrate that?
Who?
Was
probably
Diaz was probably all over that.
Probably. Bro.
That's a Diaz.
That's my dude, bro.
That's the guy.
Yeah, bro. I was sitting there looking at the penguins. I'm like, I don't want to be that.
No, bro, you're just struggling to get on that little fucking chunk of ice while these orcas are just circling you, waiting to flip you fucking out of the water.
They're sitting there thinking of some system that they can just fucking flip you off this ice.
They'll wait you out too.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
And you ain't got shit.
Then once you get on the ice, now you got polar bears. Like, what's up, bro?
Hey, bro.
Everything's trying to kill you as a penguin.
Polar bears kind of be nice. It just depends.
No, yeah, what's fucking with you?
I mean, I wonder if polar bears like really like get cold. Obviously they're used to it, but like do they get like
no. Polar bears are fine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and nothing's fucking with a polar bear. You're just rolling up on shit, just like I'm eating you.
Yes. Now with house pets, it gets a little dicey.
Well, it's a different reality.
Well, yeah, and it's like you don't know what kind of fucking owner you're gonna come up to. Like a house cat would be dope as fuck. They sleep like 20 hours a day, bro.
Yep. And
that's right up my alley.
If you have access to outdoors, you can eat yourself. You don't really need anybody for shit.
Nope.
That's why cats are the way they are. But knowing what I know about a lot of people that own animals, they're real fucking pieces of shit, and it sucks.
Well,
you
cats,
see, just domestic people.
Oh yeah.
You see Florida pass those laws after the hurricane. That person, remember that was like, it was big news. Somebody had fucking tied their dog to like the guardrail on the highway, leaving that. And I think the governor down there, who's not popular with a lot of people, but I think he made it a fucking like 20-year sentence if you abandon your animals during a natural disaster. Now
at least let him fucking swim. You gonna tie him to the net?
Or can you imagine leaving your house, bro, being like, I'm getting my family out of here, and just leaving your fucking dog in your house? Nah. Here's my thing. I think that might deter people from getting animals that aren't qualified. Like, first of all, if you don't give a fuck about your own animals, you're a terrible person. Second of all, if you're willing to leave them in your house and catch a fucking 20-year sentence and you're going to roll the dice on that.
Yeah, I'm not catching no 20-year sentence.
No.
Bro.
Go ahead.
You better
go ahead and load them up in the fucking back of the whip.
Bro. That's what we did with ours when we was in there trying to get out of the way of a tornado.
I would never fucking leave my dog
I know
anywhere, dude.
I know you.
I don't even like leaving her with other people that I know and love. I'm still a fucking basket case, dude. That's why I don't have kids, bro. I'd be the worst helicopter dad that's ever lived.
You would.
I would be, dude.
You'd be a great fucking dad. You and Mary, y'all be great parents. But
those first years, though, I would be.
You're such a worrier, bro. Mess. Oh my god. Bro.
That's why I say to all my friends that have kids, I was like, when your kid's like walking and talking, I'll hang out with them. But those first
ones where their fucking heads bobbing back and forth.
The fragility times. Nope.
God.
Not. Everybody's like, hold my baby. I'm like, there's nothing I'd rather fucking not do.
I could end an entire life right now if I trip over my shoelace.
I don't like the fragility of it, you know. Bro. But when kids start walking and talking and they're like impressionable, I like being like, what's up? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Bro. Man said, I was laying in bed with Keelan last night or the night before last. This man goes, he's seen somebody on TV goes, that looks like 94% of our neighbor. I was like, what? Bro?
I love the specific number years.
Bro.
We did it as kids. When you look back at it, you're like, why were we just picking random numbers to apply to anything? It is a thing.
Like 94% of our.
That's very specific, Keelan.
Bro.
And then you're like, he's fucking dead right.
Bro, I looked at him and I was like, oh no, he's really fucking right now.
Not 93%, not 95, 94.
Bro, that's what I was like. Why 94, bro?
Yo.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Kids trip me out, dude.
Tripping over that.
Yeah. When they're when they're playing sports and doing all that, I would be all in. But like those fragile years, bro, I would be fucking out of my every sniffle and cough. I'd be like, fuck. God. I
can't. There ain't gonna be no what you call it tomorrow.
What do you mean?
There ain't gonna be no kids, a kid-free party tomorrow.
I don't even know how that's possible and how you guys pull that off. Every time I've been to your house, there's 30 kids running
at
around.
Least.
I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they're all y'all's kids.
I'm doing the same thing I'd do if there wasn't kids there.
It's absolutely true.
Mario, Crank.
Bro, there's something to that though, because how I grew up and how you grew up, like my mom took me I wasn't sheltered from anything.
No, we're all over the fucking place. No. Absolutely not. I mean, for whatever reason, they just wanted to kind of, because you know, like when you're a mother, and I mean, you got to be obviously you got to be a certain kind of mother and whatever, but like sometimes, especially like worrying type of mothers, they can't turn that shit off, even if they're having a good time. It's like, oh God, I gotta make sure that you know what I'm saying? Like that's that. But like we didn't grow up with those type of mothers. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that they cared or loved us any less, but it's like, hey, here's the real world, and you're gonna experience this with me.
We just had set rules that
fucking good time.
Yeah, like don't be an asshole, you know. But we had rules like number one was stupid equals pain.
Yep.
That was it.
Look, if you're dumb enough to fuck yourself up, then guess what?
You got to own that.
Yep.
Second was we don't go to the hospital on weekends. And then as I got older, the saying became we don't go to jail on weekends.
Because you can't get out till Monday.
No, it's just, you know, my mom be like, I'm not fucking bailing you out if you get in trouble. So again, stupid equals pain. If you go to jail, you're there all weekend.
Look, same thing. Same fucking rule.
That's why I never got out of fucking line, because I was like, she means that shit.
Yeah, you're just gonna be there.
I'm not. All my mom had to do was look at me, and I was like, I'm about to die. Nope.
You already fucking, bro.
I was on point with her.
Petrified.
There's a couple times in my life where she had to get in my ass about something, and that's all it took.
Bro, till an adult, I didn't want no look towards me, because damn it, I feel like that's my ass.
I never wanted to let my mom down.
Nope.
The disappointment. Oh, no.
Yep.
With an Italian mom, when she had to go, you know, I'm not mad at you. I'm just very disappointed. You were like, shattered.
God, let me just fucking.
Or she was like, don't talk to me for the rest of it. I don't want to see your face for the rest of the night. You were like, oh, fuck, dude.
Just get out of my face. Oh, my God.
Stupid equals pain is still in the family to this day, though. I mean,
as it should be. It should be in every fucking family.
I mean,
that's why I like the boys. I'll be sitting there wrestling or whatever. All right. Don't fucking come here crying if somebody's fucking tooth is lodged up some damn where, or somebody's head's fucking squirting out red liquid. I don't want to hear it. Because I done told y'all, If you sit there, if you're tough enough to sit there and try to wrestle, you're tough enough to deal with something where you need.
That's how they learn, though. That's how we learn.
That's exactly how they learn, bro. Boys are, you know what? It was something that I had listened to, and basically, it's this thing with boys, and they have some sort of. It's like a chemical reaction to when they like wrestle with their fathers. It's a thing between a boy and a dad, and it's like. Like a boy like wrestling with his father, that like does something that like connects them, but it's like it's more scientific.
Is it like a bonding thing?
It is, but it also like increases endorphins in their brain, and it also is essential to them learning what their limits are as far as strength, as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like they learn.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because then you get to that day where you're like, I fucking think I can take Pops.
Yeah. They learn how much I love pain they can take, and they learn how much they can, you know what I'm saying, like give, like how strong they are, how they know when they're outmatched. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's kind of fucking dope. So like, bro, it'll be in the morning, bro. I'll wake up, I'll go sit on Keelan's bed, and I'll sit there and wait. I'll fucking wait. When he wakes up,
immediate
wrestling match. And it goes from the bedroom to the fucking living room, bro.
Yo, he's a problem, bro.
He is a problem.
You don't have, honestly, you don't have as long as you think with him.
I know. I might have.
By the time he's 14 or 15, he's going to be a unit, bro.
Bro, he can put his arms around my neck in a choking position, and I have to tap out, or I'm either I'm going to have to throw him across the living room.
He's 9.
Yeah, bro. Like when he cranks into my neck, when he's under my chin, I have to tap, bro. Like I'm talking about, I start like fading out if I don't.
Think about 5 years from now.
I'm done. I'm good, bro. You can have it. You got it. Now, unless you disrespect your mother, that's gonna be another thing.
I love those compilation videos though of teenage boys thinking they got that's the time,
buddy.
And here comes Pops.
All right,
for real,
real
dad strength
with the dog. The dad strength, and everything.
Watch all the bravado and confidence leave immediately.
Bro, you'll be on your back in 0.5 seconds, and I'll make sure of it. You never in your life will you get over on me like that. I'm gonna have to be old, but bro. When he gets about, I can't even.
That must be the fun part about raising kids, though, dude.
It is. It's fun. Like once you get past the baby stage, it's fun because when you start seeing them develop personalities, you start seeing the little quirks that they get from like you. Yeah. Or their mother, or even their grandparents,
right?
Whatever the case is.
That's fucking eerie.
Yep. Yeah. And it's just wild. But to see them develop their own personalities, then when they start talking, you can have like conversations with them and shit. They still have that like wild kid fucking. They'll say anything at all.
Yeah.
But you can also have like a coherent conversation with them for the most part. And it's just really fucking odd, like to watch something that you created. Fucking just coming into their own, like that shit. It's just really, really fucking dope to see.
Yeah,
like
it's something cool. I think about, but I'm like, man,
bro. It's never a too late thing. I mean, obviously, unless you're fucking 80, but it's not fucking Robert De Niro, he just had his baby not too long ago, and he's a good 105 at least.
Well, forever, I was like, I'm gonna end the bloodline.
Nah, bro, don't end the bloodline. Your bloodline's too great for you to just fucking end it.
Nah, I was like, I'm gonna end, when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't never have a kid.
Never fucking do it. I'm never gonna continue.
Well, then my dad had 2 other boys, so I was like, well, it's not up to me. So
nah, bro, they don't count, bro. Only you count.
Nah, I mean,
nah, I'm just joking,
it was just funny, like how I thought about that shit.
That like it doesn't even matter now because the bloodline will just continue.
It never mattered, but it was just funny when you're like young and stupid, and you're just like, I have the power to end the blood. Like it was like
that was the metal coming out of you.
Yeah, or some ancient Roman fucking bullshit, dude. That shit is so funny.
That's so crazy.
Historically,
bro.
I mean, it's obviously like with all the nepotism stuff, people still feel that that's an important thing, but that's such a wild thing as far as control and power to be like, it stays within the bloodline. Like, you fucking sound, first of all,
fucking
as we know
insane.
genetically, not a great idea to keep everything in the bloodline.
No, not
problems
at all,
arise
bro.
from that, as history is
lots
told.
of fucking problems.
But there's also
bro.
this thing with that, you know, like it's obviously this preservation of self thing that happens with that, where it's like, that's not in 10 years, dude, that shit ain't gonna mean.
It's weird because when I look at him, I don't think, I get to continue my bloodline.
Yeah, there's no legacy shit in that.
No, I don't care about that. Honestly, my only mission is to leave a good impression on him. That's literally it. I just want you, like, here, I want you to listen to these things or at least subconsciously feed these things into your brain where it's like, okay, I just want you to be a good person. I want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, treat people well. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, mistreat people. Don't, you know, be a good father. Be a, you know, whatever, good husband or whatever that you, that's the type of shit I want to leave. I don't care about, well, you continue the bloodline, son. Like, I don't give a fuck about that.
No, of course you don't. But that's such a funny thing to even think about. But yeah, you've created a human being that you want to be a great person. That's really all it is. You're giving him the tools,
bro.
Yeah.
You can fucking teach them and feed them whatever information you want. Racism, classism, whatever.
Yeah. That's the problem.
And they'll literally spread that throughout their genes for the rest of fucking time.
That's why it is dope when I go to your house, though, because it does feel like how I grew up. Like, they might, you know, all their fucking friends are over. There's adults. Fucking everybody's wild, chilling. Bro. Like, they're making memories. Yes, that's the atmosphere I grew up in. And, you know, there was always a lot of people around.
Yeah.
But I just remember when it would all be quiet. After a weekend, my mom had all her girlfriends, or it was Thanksgiving, and that.
We talked about it where it's like,
I'd get this profound, like, not loneliness, but it was just like the snap. Yeah, this snap back into reality. And I was like, it was such a high as a kid.
Yep.
And you're running around and shit, you know, nighttime when you're a kid with all your friends. It was fucking special, man. And then it all just, you know, on a Sunday morning, everybody's like, all right, see you later. And you're like, you're just home.
And it's done.
Like, what the fuck just happened?
That's why Lauren always said she was like big on, she was like, you know, kids, you know, they get messier. They'll, you know, hit things, maybe dent a wall or whatever. But she was like, even more important than that, I want them to have these memories.
Yeah.
Of running around with cousins, friends, or
it's the
friends that are like cousins or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell, dude, half my cousins are not my fucking cousins. I just grew up with them.
That's what I'm saying. It's, you know, it's just, it's a whole different thing and it's wild. But I mean, like, it really is cool to be able to have control. Unless you're out of control, it's nice to have control over this little human and you get to basically like paint the picture and create the movie in their brain of what they'll think about when they become an adult.
And they can interpret it individually.
And then they'll, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll
make
be
it their own
footprint throughout, you know,
they're little computers, dude. That you get the program.
Almost called you the other day, bro.
Why?
Because I had this enlightenment moment where I thought I like finally like figured it out for good. And I mean, so to speak, I kind of did. But I was like, hey, if I left now, and here I go on the fucking death tip again. I promise I'll get off of it one of these episodes. But I was like, bro, if I left now, I'm fine because I'm like, I'm already in what you would call heaven. The reason I say that is I have been able to watch my child grow, have food in my pantry, have him under a solid roof, give him a beautiful childhood. Obviously, it'd be shocking if I went for whatever reason it is. But he had a great, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had a great life. We had food in the pantry. I have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I found a wife that I love. We did that. I have best friends that I have had countless wonderful nights with, that we've created music, this whole thing. It's pure freedom is what it is. And it's like, it was almost this enlightenment thing where it's like, oh, I could go now if I wanted to, because I've already lived this paradise.
Yeah.
The rich thing, like, it really doesn't matter. Like, I've had enough where,
well, that is being rich. That's what that is.
Yeah. I've had enough where I'm comfortable, like, in a financial standpoint. It's like I'm comfortable where I don't have to struggle, for things. I've came across these great people, made great relationships with these people. I've been able to create what I wanted to create, being around like-minded people that want to create like I do, being surrounded by people that want to laugh and laying in bed with, the wife and the kid and just sitting there just laughing and joking and this and that. I'm like, I'm good now, bro. I have nothing else. I have nothing else that I really, really desire besides that. And I was like, did I just achieve enlightenment? And I almost called you like, hey, bro, but I didn't want to be like dramatic about this shit. But I was hey, bro, I think I might have like.
I love those phone calls. Well, I don't know if it's enlightenment, but it's you're fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that is one of those things. Again, it's like, it's funny that your brain goes to the default setting like mine does. Mine's more anxious based, where yours is like, oh, I could just die right now and be fine with it.
I'm good.
Where I'm like, okay, shit's really good and I'm fulfilled. What's about to go wrong? But that says everything about, that loops back into like, that's all our childhood shit.
Yep.
Enlightenment is maybe, but yeah, you're good and you're like, wow, everything's good. I could just die right now. But in your mind, it's fucking, you're literally saying that.
Yeah. I have, because what's crazy is, okay, so
but that doesn't mean that I love how what I'm saying is you're like, cool, I've done all the things that I want to do.
What else is there to like really do?
Well, there's always more, because the cool thing about life, and as I've had to learn, is like your interests change and your purpose change, your sense of purpose changes. So now that you're fulfilled in these areas that you didn't think you would ever be fulfilled in, or you were, those were goals, or that you maybe didn't like feel as a kid. Now you're going to have new things that spark up that interest you. Like the game isn't. And so now you have to look for things. And I'm always looking around the corner like, maybe I do want to do a different business, or maybe I could sell my company and do like, or maybe music, maybe we get into podcast. Maybe we start a podcast. Well, we fucking did.
That's the very idea of heaven that I'm talking about, though. Where it's like
we're getting into other shit.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, so you can call it heaven, or you can call it controlling the simulation, or controlling your own destiny, or willing your own, existence.
Yeah,
whatever you want, because it's like, and obviously, I'm not blind to the fact that obviously, like, we're in America, we are afforded a lot of luxuries, a lot of freedoms, this and that. We've touched on it on different podcasts, but it's just the fact where it's like, okay, so like, this is my existence. We can do things like, let's start a podcast, or let's shoot a movie, or let's, what I'm saying? Like, if I wanted to go like eat right now and not have to worry about, struggling, obviously we've, put the work in for those type of things. It ain't like that we just have been given these things.
No.
But that's what I mean, as far as it's like, however you want to interpret it, whether it's heaven, whether it's willing things into existence, whether it's simulation, whatever it is, it's like, wow, I have been able to like exercise this type of freedom. And it's like, what else? The point is there's always something else you could do. And I think that's the beauty of it, where it's like, I can really just change this to whatever that I want to.
Yeah.
And it almost just kind of has me like in a wow phase where I'm like, Jesus, you can really do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think behind the scenes, there was this thin layer of me before that in quote unquote enlightenment thing happened that I was going to call you about. I had this little mini like freak out almost, where it was like, ooh, what if I do pass? Or what if I do this and do that? And it was like a weird thing, because I'm not used to having that, because usually I'm not giving a fuck.
You're not thinking.
No. Yeah. For whatever reason, like the back of my mind, I was like, blah, 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 blah. But then all of a sudden, that enlightenment thing came. And I was like, oh shit.
It was like a last veil of fear that just had to dissipate.
Where it's like,
Well, two things. Remember I texted you like 3 or 4 months ago and we were like, I don't know, you and I were both kind of in the same mood where I was like, man, it's really weird. Like fucking, I was just thinking a lot about like death is surrounding me right now. And I don't know what this means. Like we texted each other and you're like, I feel like that too.
Yep.
But it was like, it had nothing to, like, I didn't think I was going to die or anybody close to me. There was just this ominous fucking haze on shit. And there still kind of is, but
when people think that though, they think that it's a physical thing and it's not always that.
Right.
It's ego. It's whatever mental
something
funk
is
you've been
shedding
in. It's
something else.
It's just shedding.
It's a death
skin.
of something. Exactly.
Yeah, it has. It never. Most of the time, it never has anything to do with a final type of.
No, but when you're aware of like the pulse of, when we're all as connected as we are right now, it's not hard to like really be affected. And a lot of people are, and they really let their emotions swing one way or the other. It hadn't really had nothing to do with that. That's why it tripped me out because I'm not a person I don't watch the news. I'm not in tune with all this shit. But just feeling like the general vibe when I would go out into the world, I was just like, something feels fucking dark,
Yep.
And that's easy to creep into your shit. But then I got past that too. And, we've been on a good path and things have hit me. I'm in the same boat you are I'm like, man, what else can we do? But there is a saying, and this is true as fucking anything has ever been said. You have to conquer your own backyard before you can conquer the world.
Yep.
And that is very profound in the way of like, okay, maybe what you're feeling isn't like I can die now and everything is fine and that was my job here. It's like, okay, I've got the things solid that I needed to in my life that A, I didn't think was achievable, or B, I never had as a kid, like some stability. Now you're providing that. And now you can branch out and do these other things where maybe you affect a lot of people in a positive way, not just your immediate friends and family.
That's the thin line between satisfaction and like fulfillment.
Yeah.
Where it's like
fulfillment is a totally different thing.
Where you can be satisfied, but also you can be complacent in that satisfaction.
Well, as our profound prophet Jamie Josta once said on their debut album, satisfaction is the death of desire.
Boom.
Also very true.
And I feel like that you choose that.
Yes.
So like right now, we're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Financially, creatively, whatever. We could do this for the rest of our life. And I mean, if we did it, I'd totally be fucking
whether
fine
people
with
listen to it or not,
doesn't matter.
Do it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like, do we also have these ambitions of where we want to do other things? Whether it's either grow the podcast or just make 80 fucking albums before we perish, or maybe we want to make a TV show or whatever it is like, it's beautiful that you have that freedom. And like I said, it's the thin line between like, oh, you can be satisfied where you're at and just stay there, which is not always.
It's not always bad.
It's not always bad. And it took me a while, me being older, to kind of realize that it's not the thing that's always bad. I always thought like, oh, if you're fucking complacent, you're satisfied, you're complacent, then you ain't doing what the fuck you're supposed to do.
Right. You're wasting breath.
And it was that push to go further. But I think that little thing that happened to me the other, I think like last week, where it was like, it's kind of okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to stay if you want to.
Yeah, of course.
If you're, as long as you're not harming others.
Well, yeah, that's always the number one thing.
Yeah.
Or like you're not making yourself suffer on the accord of other people's gains,
Yes, because a lot of times you'll be satisfied just because your environment is satisfied around you.
Right. You don't have any fuckery going on. That's where that's what you're talking about with the complacency thing. Because I think most people think about that with their jobs. They're bro, I'm my own fucking boss. I make the schedule. That's why I always joke with everybody. I'm like, my boss is a real asshole. And it's me. Because I'll fucking drive myself into the ground. But there's plenty of days, bro, that I wake up and I'm like, should I do something else? You know, like I'm comfortable in what I'm accomplishing, and nobody tells me what to do, and I still subconsciously am like, do I got to get up and go do this today?
It's a which part is of fucking you that weird. Wants to do more, and then a part of you that wants to tell yourself that, hey, relax, like you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yes, I'll never give myself any credit on that because I'm always like, hey, I'm not where I want to be. Be like the new shit that I'm doing now is very fulfilling because it's super creative and super intimate with interpretation and all the shit that I love. But at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I still don't want to be away from my fucking lady and my dog and my house as much as I am. And you must feel that tenfold with a child. And, and so it's like anytime that's the sacrifice. It's like when you're chasing anything, you're always giving up something.
Oh yeah. Cause I mean, even like coming here tonight where I was like, I told Keelan, hey, look, just so I don't surprise you, I'm going to, tonight to record an episode. He's like, what? Every now and then he'd be like, okay. And other times he'd be like, why? And then other times, it's just different emotions. Obviously he's a kid. He don't, whatever the case is. And I mean, I was tired when I got home. You know what I'm saying? Like I hurt my back, whatever. It was just hot today.
Yeah. You just had one of those days where you're like,
yeah. And I was just like, Lauren had dinner made. Thank God.
You could have easily just chilled at the crib, bro.
I could have been chilling, whatever. Because I was actually going to like take me a little nap and before I came over here.
Yeah.
I was going to take a shower, take me a little nap. And then he came up to me and he was like, do you want to go outside and play, whatever? Yeah, it was bad. He wanted to play basketball outside. I was like, Daddy, told you, I hurt my back, da-da-da-da. And then I was like, man, you know what? He wants to go outside and do that.
Getting up.
Guess what? When I smash these damn tacos, I'm getting right up.
Here he comes, dude.
Go outside now.
Moon landing.
Absolutely. Now I'm gonna kill you when we get outside because I'm gonna fucking wear you the fuck out. And I made him quit today. But we do layup drills and shit outside. I'm trying to just get him, used to somebody being in his face doing layups, whatever. But I mean, this is shit we've been doing for months. But it's just the fact that you do have to, as a creator and as a parent, you have to make those little micro decisions every day.
Yeah.
To do those type of things, because I knew if I went out there with him, probably wouldn't have time to take a nap because I had to take a shower. Yeah. Or if I didn't do it and I went, took a shower, took a nap, I'm missing out on time with him.
It's the micro sacrifices, dude.
Yeah. And so it's like, you know what? I guess I won't be fucking sleeping. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, it sounds stupid because obviously, you don't have to have a fucking nap or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you've been on the heat all day, you want to kind of. Yeah. I just like to recharge, especially when I come here and like we're recording or whatever.
Yeah. You don't
want to be 100%.
Yeah.
I don't want to be fucking coming in here like half dead and all that. But it's just those type of things. They are very important, either from a creator standpoint, like I said, either from a creator standpoint or from a parental standpoint, or, just. Like you said, I mean, you got Miri in there. Y'all could be chilling right now, but like we're here recording. And I mean, these are little sacrifices that have to be made in order to, I mean, we're not doing this for any kind of monetary value as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like right now.
I mean, we're losing money.
Yeah.
Because this is something that we want. And it's the same with music. It's the same with all that shit. It's all, I think you and I both share the same sentiment where it's like, it's really just letting the world know that we were here. That's what we're doing. Like this idea of a podcast, like everybody's got a podcast. I know the whole fucking bit, but at the end of the day, it was like, I started thinking about this with us just because of our conversations, and you and I have always kind of loosely been like, we talked about it for years. Until we were like, we're just going to do it. But thankfully, we're those kind of people. And I'm glad we both have this gene in us where we're like, when we say we're going to do it, we fucking do it.
Just fucking do it.
And a lot of people can't get past that. They can't get out of their own way.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people out there that have great ideas or want to just do something for shits and giggles that gives them a sense of fulfillment, which they're not able to reach because they have fear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you can just put all that aside, and it sounds simple, but so many people are so talented at so many things that will never do them because they just can't get the fuck out of their own way. And we know a lot of people like that, and we've come across them in our lives, and they come in and out. But I'll just say to anybody, like, it does sound fucking cliche, but honestly, just get up and do the fucking thing that you want to do, and do it every day.
Do it. Like
do it every fucking day.
Yeah, I had issues when you know what I'm saying? Like when I first became solo, where it was like, I had this plan for the first 3 albums. I was very proud that I was able to fulfill the first 2 albums exactly like I had planned, because I said, hey, fuck it, I'm doing this right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was proud of myself because I fulfilled that. I said, hey, I want to do this. And so I did it. Obviously, with you and Jules' help, y'all's time, sacrifice as far as
mixing, but you were determined. You had a vision.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when it came to the third, it was like I had to step back and be like, yes, you know what I'm saying? You put the work in. You can say you want to do this and do that, but there's also a time where you have to sit back and say, hey, maybe I can go in another direction. Like and it's okay to do that and not necessarily have a plan in place. And I had my brain had grown accustomed to first album, second album, I'm doing this. Then when that third album came, that's why I've been so fucking out of my mind with making the decision on the third album. I think I came up with a title, by the way.
Well,
I'll tell you afterwards.
Let me throw this at you, though.
We'll tell it.
Is it possible that you have, in the same way that you reached enlightenment last week, that was really fulfillment? Is there a possibility that with the first 2 albums, you have a sense of fulfillment? And now anything is possible. So maybe things change and you go, okay, I have done these things, of which were huge monolithic things in my mind that I had to get past. And now that I have fulfilled those things, I'm free.
Yeah.
And so artistically and in your personal life, you're at the same fucking level. It's right there for the first time. So now you can actually do the things that you're supposed to do without any weight on your shoulders of any kind.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking beautiful thing, dude.
Yeah, because initially it was like, oh, you're not following through with this third thing that was on your list, basically. Where it was like, oh, and then there's a part of myself that's like beating myself up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you fell short of what you said you were gonna do, like third album wise and this and that. But then the other part of me is like, bro, done what you're supposed to do. It ain't like you're stopping. But it's like you have to, you know, you have to shift lanes sometimes. And there's other things to do. And then obviously when I also started thinking about shooting the movie and all that and the whole thing.
Well, I recognized it in you when you were like, I'm gonna chill a little bit on the music thing, and I'm really into this movie shit. And I was like, I love that, and I think we should do a soundtrack for that. However, if we're not pumping the brakes on anything. We have fucking 30 songs. You want to release an album? We got it right now, dude. I'll mix the thing this week for you. That's not what we're talking about.
No.
Nothing has been stifled. There's been no drought.
No.
But what is happening is there's a moment of clarity, and the whole world can attest to this, that we're all looking like we can see a light, and we're trying to figure out where the fuck it's coming from, because it's coming from multiple angles, and we all just got to focus on it. It'll reveal itself. It's the same way creatively, personally, politically, whatever the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And I think once that aligns and we are in tune with those things, and most people that are creative are, it'll fucking hit you like a lightning bolt, and you'll be like, here it is. We're doing it. It's done. Yeah, but you're fulfilled, bro. I use that analogy with you all the time of like, the body, you shot the body 100 times, stop pumping rounds into it. But at the same time, that has its time and place.
Yeah.
There is a time where you need to be like, I'm fucking coming out guns blazing. And that is the era that you were in for the first 2 records. You were so focused and you were laser focused, dude. We knocked those records out in no time.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I also really didn't give myself the benefit of the doubt as far as, or the leniency to be like, hey, being in a group for so long, you should figure yourself out as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Where it's like I didn't know how to operate as a solo artist.
Yeah.
So when I came fresh off, not being in a group, and I'm like, okay, I got these first 3 albums in mind already.
Yeah.
Bam. All right, cool. Bam, did the first one just like I expected. Bam, did the second one just how I expected. Then it's like when you get to that third, you're like, oh, I'm having reservations, or I'm having, what I'm saying, like some artistic, friction going on, whatever. And it has nothing to do with anybody else but me. Because nobody else is fucking creating this shit. Like as far as from my brain.
No, you don't have a deadline beating down at your door.
Yeah, nothing. Like obviously like you and Jules, you know what I'm saying, like a lot with the production and the engineering and all that. But as far as like, it's not like y'all are putting any pressure on me. It's always things, me putting pressure on me.
And it's the same with me with everything. We are the same with that. But there is this beauty that comes with getting older and wiser and letting shit get refined in a way that you can actually achieve something artistically that is your magnum opus. That is something that when you look at it or listen to it back or any of those things that anybody that's in the art world participates in, you go, that right there was exactly that. Yep. That's it. I'm still chasing it. I told you on the last In the Shadow record, I was like, man, this is as close as I've ever been to like hearing something back that I've done where I'm like, this is it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I can still poke holes in it, and that's never going to end for anything that we ever do. The journey's never fucking over. But there is a beauty of sitting in this time that you have, dude. Really, of your personal life and creatively, of just letting shit happen as it's supposed to and being okay with that. It's a hard lesson, especially when you're determined.
It is.
And you have hyper laser focus, dude.
Yeah, bro. And I was so gung-ho about how I wanted the third album to sound.
It's beautiful though how things change though, isn't it?
It is, because it's fine. Like I got to a point where, I mean, like you said, like this era right here kind of mirrors that enlightenment where it's like, you've done what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now, it's not always gonna show up like you want it to show up, but it will always be exactly what is supposed to happen
at the time.
So, and it's been like pulling fucking teeth trying to get me to accept this for this third album.
Yeah, it's an exit.
I want to be like, nope, I'm doing this, and that, and we're putting a third album out, and I'll see y'all next year. But like it can't be. Do you know how difficult it is for me to be like, I'm probably gonna make an album next year?
Yeah, bro. But look at all the people that we talk about on the podcast, like that we go, that's a fucking legend. Think about the time that they take off, because they let shit fucking happen when it's supposed to fucking happen, dude. And if it doesn't, I mean, we love Outkast. That's a thing we're always going to talk about that group. Bro, they haven't made a record in how many years? 20?
Yeah.
You want to know why that is? Because it just doesn't feel right. And
that's fine.
And that sometimes it's like, we're not at that phase where it's like we're walking away and we're not making music anymore. It's just shit hits you when it's fucking supposed to. And again, art fucking imitates life. Here we are. We're right back at that.
And I don't want anything to sound like forced. I don't want anything to sound like, oh, I just pushed this just to get it out. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Nope.
If it takes me another, and I mean, I've had to fucking learn this. If it takes me another year and a half to do it, then, it is what it is. But this goes out to all artists, whatever. Please, like, take your time with things. Really decide if this is what you want your sound to be. If you're working on an album, singles different. I don't give a fuck about singles. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
If you take the time and commitment to make a proper album, a single will reveal itself. You don't even have to worry about that.
And I'm glad albums are coming back too.
Bro.
We've always been on that, but it's like,
yeah, bro. I mean, now this, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm probably not releasing an album for the rest of the year. I will probably be like, hey, here's a little song. Y'all enjoy. Whatever.
We can knock shit out. But dude, the point is, it's pretty awesome that you're in this state of life. And that's part of the ride, you know, as being a creative person and a parent and just a human being, is being like, all right, I'm good. What's the next chapter? And let it reveal itself in a way that's inspiring and exciting, rather than being like, I just got to do this.
It all goes back to leaving those fingerprints on it's still not a legacy thing necessarily, like where it's like, well, I want to leave this for the, you know, it's not that, but it's like, you want to make enough art. If you consider yourself an artist, you want to make enough art to make enough of an impression in the world to where they remember you somewhat, but even more than somebody remembering you is you affecting someone in a certain way with a certain emotion. But then when you become a parent, you also want to be able to create something where your kids can go back. Obviously, they're going to be able to, you know, relate to you more than anybody else because they are your blood. There are pieces of your personality in them. Like this whole thing. If you are a good parent and you have a good relationship with your child, you want them to be able to, you want to leave anything with them. I don't give a fuck what it is. If let's say you're an architect and you build this building, and then your child comes in and he sees these different dimensions and he appreciates it and how you chose to put the room on that side instead of that side. It's that type of thing where it's like, all you want is for the person that you created to admire and gain something from something else that you created.
Yeah.
And it
helps them form their identity.
Yeah. And you know, I just want him to know, like, hey, there are certain fucking sacrifices that you have to make in order to really be great. And I don't mean great from no commercial standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean fucking great, putting something out in the universe and it affects absolute waves of things.
And the only way you can do that is coming from a place of authenticity and truth.
Exactly.
Because it always wins.
You can't let nothing fucking take over your personality. No. It has to be genuine. It cannot be no fucking bullshit. I'm not in this bitch. Would I love to make money and be rich and blah, 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 whatever? Cool, whatever. All I want is enough money to afford some solitude.
Yeah.
Where I can continue to be honest.
Yeah.
And continue to, you know what I'm saying, like create these things. And I know you're the same way. Like, all we want is honesty, solitude, and some kind of security.
Yeah.
Where we can
just
do exactly what the fuck we were born to do.
Yeah.
Exist, create art, and change lives and mindsets, whether it's on a micro or what's the opposite of
macro level.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
either fucking way it goes.
You know, it's actually kind of a beautiful thing, dude, because it's a moment of truth. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people out there are feeling that way where they're unfulfilled. They don't have that, even that step where they're like, dude, I'm good.
A lot of unfulfillment.
And that's the sad part. But again, I think a lot of that problem is people get led down the wrong avenues of what they think they should be doing rather than doing the thing that they know in their gut is the right thing. And again, we can speak openly about shit because we have discipline and we have determination. So when we say shit, especially when you and I talk to each other, we're like, if we say shit out loud and we both agree on it, like, it's happening because we hold each other accountable. Yeah. And that's the fucking thing in the world is like, you need somebody in your life or a group of people, or, you know, a lot of people have bad situations too, where somebody's going to go, you know, that fucking thing you said, you can't not do, that's bullshit. You can't just be talking out your, you said you were going to do it, fucking do it. And if we had more of that, the world would be a lot there's no accountability right now. That's why shit's fucked up. We both
understand that you can will things into fucking existence.
Sure, but you need people around you, dude. You can't do anything by yourself. You can't.
That's exactly why I said we, because if you can find at least one person, to help you manifest this shit and actually believe in you,
and
not
give a fuck,
bullshitting around like, hey, I think you'll do great. No, you need somebody like in the fucking trenches, like, hey, we are actually gonna do this. You've never not said, obviously you gave me my props for what the fuck ever. I come up with whatever shit. But it's the fact that it's always been a we thing. Like we are one. Like we are one identity as far as
it's important, dude.
But because I think you see it as a mind state rather than, this person and that person. You see it as a mind state. That's why you say we. That's why it's me and you and Jules instead of it's just like, I write the songs. You and Jules come up with the bit.
I hate when people talk like that. Bro.
No,
they're missing the point.
Yes, no, you're missing the point fucking completely. So I don't, I don't like that. You are very fucking lucky. You are very fucking lucky if you can find someone that aligns with your beliefs, your goals, and everything that you fucking believe in. Period. Like
that's any fucking relationship that anybody has in this world.
Period, bro.
It's fucking just honesty, truth, accountability, dude. And it's like, I know these things are cliches to talk about, but it's like when you really experience it and you fucking wake up, that's where the sense of purpose comes from. That I think a lot of people are lacking, and we've always had that since day one because I always approach shit musically in a tribal manner, which is like, this is us against the fucking world. And not that the world is the enemy, but it's like, they're going to know we're here. And we all have to be, when I came to the group with that, it's not that it's a too good to be true thing. It's probably just a rare thing. Like somebody comes from a band mindset into that setting where it's like, for a while, I'm sure everybody's like, is this fucking dude for real? He's just going to come in here for free and like be part. No, but it was for me too. Don't get it twisted. Like I'm saying we, when it was in the group, it was the four of us. Like
I knew it immediately.
That is how things need to be approached. And it's like, if you guys fail or I fail, we all fail. And so that is fucking, dude, that's so pertinent to what's going on in the world right now because everybody's in their fucking factions of us versus them and this is wrong and that. And it's like, no, you all don't understand that wherever you're from, whatever fucking background you have, whatever race, gender, if one of us fails, we all fail. That's how this fucking goes. That's literally it.
The fact you were able to accept the failure as a whole instead of just being like, hey,
y'all fucked up,
you
not
guys
me.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like the weakest shit ever, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, no, you have to believe in like a unity that's stronger than just, hey, I'm just here to help.
We get to live in a microcosm as artists though, bro, because we curated this environment that we both enjoy, and we can have Jules and we can all communicate, and we don't want to let each other down. We don't want to be like, hey, I can't do it tonight or next week. Like, we feel bad about that shit when shit comes up, but we never, when we make plans, we fucking do it. And that's living. That's what this is supposed to be. There's no like 2 months, 3 months of fucking nobody's talking and all, what's no, bro. We have a fucking obligation to do what we said, and we do that. Now, if that's being on here,
there's very rare times, and it has nothing to do with like friendship or anything, but there's very rare times that we will meet up and not have something like accomplished in some sort of way. And not that we, like can't meet up, hang out, whatever, but like this is what we love to do, is this type of, creativity. Whether it's, hey, let's sit down and do an episode or whatever for the pod, I have this verse, let me lay this down real quick. Like
sometimes it all happens in the same day.
But sometimes it all happens in the same day, and sometimes none of it happens, and it's all fine.
Well, it is all fine. It's funny because the only reason we're doing this right now is because we would show up to sessions And we would sit here and get into these conversations for an
this
hour,
exact thing.
2 hours before we even fucking hit
Hell,
record.
we did it before we recorded the fucking Witch Guy, bro. Like
all the time.
Yep.
We have these conversations. So we were like, well, we might as well fucking put these on wax. And then we said it and we fucking did it. And now if anybody listens to it, cool. If not, we're still going to do the shit.
We're still going to do the shit.
We said we were going to.
Look, episode 11 or 12 will still be out, and I will still be releasing an album here in the next year.
Yeah.
So,
but dude,
it is what it is. We're not counting on nobody to do nothing. I appreciate everyone.
Hell yeah. But I'm stoked for you, dude, that you had that moment. Because it's not like a dark, like I could die right now. It's really just like, all right. Whoa, I didn't realize that was achievable.
You realize that you already.
What's next?
It's like when you realize that you already have everything that you really asked for and more.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all okay.
It's a fucking great place to be, though, dude. A lot of people never get to feel that, bro.
No, that is another reason why I felt so at peace, because I'm like, most people don't really get this feeling, bro.
You know why, though? Because they can't get out of their own fucking way.
Yeah. It's always a blame game, or it's always this and that. And it's like, I don't have any of that. There's been certain things I've done that have set me back. But more than that, I can recognize the things that have sprung me forward.
Bro, if I can speak candidly, there's not many people I've met in my life who have been through more shit than you have. And the fact that you have this mindset, you could have easily been like, the fucking world dealt me a bad fucking hand. Fuck this shit, and just tapped out. Bro, people have tapped out under a quarter of that shit.
I know. And
so
it's fucking stupid. I can't stand
it. I'm thankful that you have that, because it definitely wears off on me, because I'll be thinking about shit sometimes and I'm like, yo, I'm kind of being a fucking little bit of a bitch right now. You know what I mean? And I think everybody goes through that. But, you know, the moral of this podcast, I don't know how we got on this, but it's like, it's okay to be okay, bro. And now spread that around to other people that just are fucking lost. You see somebody, like I've definitely been trying to do that, and definitely was never in my personality, but just the random people that you come across in the day, just being like, you good, bro? What's up? Yeah. And you'd be surprised what people tell you. You know, just somebody fucking talking to somebody anymore.
Yeah, it's okay to be okay, and it's okay not to be okay, because guess what? Both of those statuses will switch momentarily.
Yeah.
And then you'll be right back switched again before you know it.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is. Nothing is ever as consistent as you want it to be.
No, that's why it's always all learning all the time. And that's the cool part of it. It definitely took me a while to accept that, because you know me, bro, I don't fucking love shit changing on a dime. But once you get to at peace with that, and you're like, look, that's kind of the fun part, is you never know what's happening.
Very fun part. I fuck with it heavy.
I mean, once you embrace it and lean into it, it's kind of nice, bro.
Super heavy, bro.
Bro, don't worry about the music shit. Look, we got shit in the chamber that's nasty.
Oh, bro, we'll be fine, bro.
I'm not worried about that. We're just having fun doing this. That's what it is.
I'm having a great. That's what I'm saying. Like, in anything that you venture off into, as long as it's a positive thing and it's not like breaking you down, it's gonna help feed whatever other art that you're trying to create, or whatever other goal that you're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
It's always gonna feed that in some way, even if it doesn't show up initially. It will always, even if it never reveals itself to you, just know that it was important to the process.
Yeah.
So even with this, where we just was like, hey, we're finally gonna fucking do this podcast. And we haven't been making as much music as we usually would when we'd be balls to the wall. Like, hey, I got 4 songs and a hook. And,
all day Saturday.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's been different, and it's been weird for probably both of us, all of us.
Yeah.
I'll probably speak for Jules too. But it's good, because it gives us time to step back, maybe learn some more about ourselves. Maybe, get some new perspective, gain some new knowledge on some things, absorb some more inspiration from different things.
Sit back and observe. You know what's actually dope about this? Like, Jules, being as in tune as he is, especially for a young cat, like he's mentoring a kid right now that said, hey, I want to learn how to fucking be a producer. And Jules on Friday nights is now working with this kid, and he's got his own schedule. So like what we did with him, now he's passing that on already.
Yeah. And you can't ask for more than that.
No, bro. What if that kid grows up to be the fucking greatest producer to ever live?
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's a beautiful thing, dude.
I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind that people fulfilling what they're supposed to fulfill or passing down the things that they've learned.
That's what we're all here for.
That's it, bro. That's literally humanity, bro. We're passing down recipes.
Yeah.
Of all shapes and sizes.
And if you want to put a little extra salt in it and not enough sugar, that's up to you.
Well, that's up to you. But
it's up to interpretation.
Depends on how much sodium you like.
Make the recipe better. Fuck yeah, dude.
And how much fucking high fructose corn syrup you'll
miss me with all that.
Ooh, I found some wild shit. I ain't gonna say it. I'll figure it out. We'll talk about it next podcast.
See, we're about to go on a fucking rant. Well,
about to go to a crazy
good
rant
one
right now.
But
yeah, man, we got off on the deep end.
It's nice.
I had some funny shit I wanted to talk about. I don't even know if we got to it.
Guess what? We got more podcasts always.
Absolutely. Free refills, baby. Deal with it.
Hell yeah. Till next time.
T Wolvie. Moon. Oh.